104.1 KRBE.
Let's go. Good morning.
The Roula and Ryan Show.
With Eric. It's about to get all stupid up in here.
Hey, sleepyhead.
Featuring Special K.
Nobody asked you, Kevin.
And Sam.
You've waited long enough. How the heck do you pronounce this woman's name?
Roula.
Macaroni and cheese hot dog.
Ryan. I am the worst DJ ever. With Eric.
We're the champions of the world!
104.1 KRBE.
Good morning, Houston, Texas. It's Wednesday. It's February the 12th of 2025, and it's 6 o'clock on the dot with the gang. Roula, Ryan, Eric, Special K, and Sam. And I don't know about you guys, but I woke up from the clap of thunder that scared the crap out of me in the middle of the night. I didn't even know what time it was. I go, oh my God.
I think it was
Can't remember
midnight.
that.
I woke up, I was having a horrible
Yes.
panic attack, and I think it was the lightning.
I didn't hear anything.
I didn't hear anything either.
Usually I don't
thunder,
hear
I mean.
anything,
I
guys.
usually hear
I was
everything.
about 3. I
Must
didn't
have
hear.
slept like a
I have
baby.
windows from 1945, so I hear everything.
I usually don't hear anything.
Your house
and
rumbles.
that scared the crap out of me last night. I was like,
Semi
whoa.
drives by.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the last time it rained in the middle of the night like that, and we were like, oh, wow, that's crazy how much it's raining. We woke up the next morning, and one of our kids had left the window down in the car that was in the driveway.
Oh.
So I remember
no.
I'd woken up, and I was like, gosh, it sure does suck how much it's raining right now. It sucked even more when we got to the car.
But
and
you guys don't
the
park in,
puddles were in the back seat.
you don't park in the garage?
No, the car doesn't. It's a extra long.
Oh, okay.
And I have a shelving unit in the garage, so even if I wanted to put it in there, because the shelving unit won't
Out of
fit.
all 5 of us, I don't think any of us park in a garage. I have a parking garage because I'm not right, but on my own.
I have a choice to park in
have
my
a
garage, and I
garage.
don't choose to park in the
I
garage.
would.
Well, I've been to Roula's house, and usually she's utilizing it for a bit of storage.
So it's a
Yeah,
storage
but now it's empty
facility.
because Christmas is over, so I can fit the car there.
and Christmas goes where? Up into the attic or something?
No, I have a storage unit
Oh,
Yeah.
off premise.
off premise.
I hate storage units.
From my
That weighs
Yeah.
like $200 a month.
No, I actually go there, and it's actually
Crap.
organized, and I know where the things are, and I can pull
That's
what
cool.
I want.
Switch outs.
I'm
Yeah.
paying for a
Different
storage
seasonal
unit.
switch.
Right now, I've got a storage unit up in New Jersey all the way from when Faith graduated from college. We'd never moved it down. So this
Talk about a giant waste of money.
Yeah. I know.
Just stop
Yeah.
paying and then we'll watch it on Storage Wars.
Yeah.
Well,
what's in
this weekend, she's flying to New York. She's got like a audition. So I said,
Nice.
"You're in town.
Go
Empty that storage unit, or I'm going to stop payment.
take what
And
you
it's
want.
going to be given away." So she is going to get it.
Should I try and sell the stuff? Like, is there TVs and stuff?
I
in
told
there?
her, she was in a sorority. I said, "Why don't you just put it on their page? Hey, come and get this stuff. It's
Like,
free."
what would be in there? Like, what could you possibly have from college that
She had
needs to be in the storage unit?
furniture from,
You need to
her
use it in
room.
L.A. for the apartment where she lives now?
No, it would have cost too much to ship. It would have been cheap. It was cheaper for her to buy new
Yeah, by the
stuff.
time you bring it all the way from
Oh, yeah.
Jersey to
Yeah.
LA.
Yeah, it was way cheaper to just buy stuff.
Definitely storage
and
wars.
she's 25.
Plus,
She's
it's probably-
buying IKEA stuff,
Yeah,
you
it's
know.
IKEA stuff that's
Hey,
decent
man,
for the time.
IKEA's
but-
fine. What are you
Oh,
talking
yeah,
about?
bad mouthing it at all. It's a godsend for certain
I got
points in
some
your
IKEA.
life.
Don't you worry about that.
Yeah, I'm
Gotta make that
no
trek,
bagging
though.
on that. But yeah, I mean, sometimes it's just cheaper to buy new stuff than to ship it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the TV, though, is you could sell a TV.
Unless you're crazy like my husband and decide to move everything from Pennsylvania to Texas. Or I'm sorry, Pennsylvania to Miami, and then Miami to Texas.
That's not crazy. It's
And then we got a
necessity.
sofa. We had a sofa in Miami that we put in this U-Haul, and we drove nonstop. And then when we got to the apartment, it wouldn't fit in the elevator.
Oh, that's the worst.
No.
That is
yeah.
the
It would not
worst.
fit in
So what'd you
the
do?
elevator. I'm trying to help him,
Pivot.
yeah, and
Hey,
trying to put him in
man.
this elevator. And we saw this massive dude at the apartment complex, and I was like, "Can you please? I was like, look at me, look at that." I was like, "I can't." Like the sofa was taller than me, just the one section part.
Man.
I couldn't get it in. And so the dude and Mark just manhandled it and basically just completely snapped it to get it out of the elevator.
Oh, my God.
Oh, because it was stuck in the elevator?
Yeah, we had to throw it away.
Sometimes
So
you
we
got to
put
reverse
it
engineer.
everywhere for it to not even freaking fit in our apartment.
Oh, that sucks.
That is the worst.
Feel your pain, Sam.
That blows.
I know. Sorry,
when
that's
I-
my little travel.
When I moved back
frustration.
from Pennsylvania to come back home, I had to put my stuff in storage in Philadelphia, like a storage unit somewhere in the outskirts. I don't know where the moving company had it, because I didn't know where I was going to live when I got here other than staying with my parents, but I was going to get a place. And so I said, okay, well, they can keep it there because they're supposed to ship it back. I don't have anywhere to ship it to, so just pause. So I didn't think about how it was stored or where. I never saw the space. And when I got my townhouse and I had the truck come, I remember sitting on the couch and I felt like I was being bitten by something. I really felt like I was being bitten by like mini fleas or something. And I didn't put it together like, how exactly was this stuff stored? And what is exactly going on? So I had to call one of those companies that you see on TV that like sucks junk out of your furniture.
Oh,
You know,
So
like-
they'll vacuum it out
Yeah.
basically. And
Shout out to Robert,
disinfect
who
it.
used to work at Coit. He doesn't work there anymore, but Robert was always awesome and solid. So they came and they like cleaned the furniture, and after that, I was like, oh my God, how long was I sitting on that couch? And there's dust mites in there from that stupid
But a lot of
storage
times,
unit.
Rula, it's about the sentimentality of it all.
Oh,
You
it
know,
wasn't
when
sentimental at all. It was at the cheap and the cost.
Oh,
I did not.
okay.
I was not going to buy another couch for like however much money.
When
the
I first
couches
moved from
were.
my house, I
Yeah.
went to a place on 59 on the feeder by the train tracks there.
Yeah, I
Okay.
remember that.
And it's one of those outside. It was not a good place. Like I got my unit, and then I could hear there's people cooking and living there. And you could smell like they
the tracks?
I guess they get paid to live there, or they could rent a place. And this lady's like saying the N word, yelling at her kid, and hitting them, and I'm like, and you could smell her smoke.
Where have I moved?
Because it wasn't like a storage where it went all the way up. It looked like, what would that be, like 12 inches, 6 inches of space.
Wait,
And you could see their
I'm not visualizing this right. You're talking about a storage unit where there was somebody
Where
living in
people
the
live, I
apartment.
guess.
Yes, they do have apartments at storage units for the manager on site, and then 2 extra units or 3 sometimes.
I remember recording. I'm like, is this lady really saying these words and hitting her kid?
Oh, my God.
And
then-
so what you're saying is it
smelled
was
like
more
smoke.
like bays that didn't go all the way. The walls didn't go all the way up, so
Yeah.
you could hear and
inside
see
the unit. Okay,
Well,
okay.
the right
okay.
side did, but the left, because somehow they gave me that unit was right next to
the wall.
They must have taken like 4 units or something and made it into an
my
apartment.
gosh.
I don't know, but I was like, I stood there for like 6 weeks. I go, this is not right, because I've heard those type of places where mice and that can get into.
Oh, yuck. And you used to work in,
Yeah.
pesticide control.
So then I moved it to one of those nicer inside air conditioning.
Yeah.
Oh, but man, that was so gross. I was like, oh man, that's going to ruin my stuff.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Oh,
crap
no.
like CDs or something, like wouldn't really.
For me in my world as a real estate investor, those are really good places to invest in because there's no overhead. You just rent out a box,
And if they
to
don't pay,
people.
you get their
then you
stuff.
take the box.
Oh, okay.
Well, I didn't know that people lived in the storage unit buildings until after I got
yeah.
my storage unit years ago
Top
because
floor?
the manager had shown me like the apartments up there, and I was like, oh my God, this view is amazing. Like, actually, this is a really great deal. Was it cost to live here?
How,
But I already had a
how
place.
spacious are they?
I mean, it was just like any other normal apartment.
Regular
you would
size
get.
apartment,
Yeah, like a
okay.
2-bedroom, or I think these are actually ones. But I remember the view was so nice, and it was such a nice unit. But you have to live on the top floor of all storage units.
People aren't really coming around that
and
much.
there's not really any neighbors.
How often do people stop by?
That's
Right.
true.
I mean, you get people there dropping things off once
Sometimes
in a while.
bands, like musicians, will rent these storage units and they'll rehearse in them. And
They will.
yeah,
Yes.
But watch
Yeah.
Breaking
Really?
Bad. That's
Make
where
noise.
he hid his money.
I don't think that's.
Yeah, I was gonna
Oh
say.
yeah, remember
manager
that?
on duty
that
would be happy
big
about
mountain of
that.
cash.
Hey, we should, because I know we got a break in a second. They didn't hear the Becca Parker incident yesterday.
my
Unless you
God.
saw our social media.
We could
should
do it.
I
in the
was
Scoop
laughing
Next.
Yeah, we
all
can play it
day
up
for
next.
that. That's the tease.
Allergies.
Yeah, we got to play some of that because people were asking,
Allergies.
"Is she okay? Is she okay?" And
We don't know.
We've all done
I
this.
assume
No, we have not done that right.
Well, we've made some kind of clearing of our throat.
Not if I was recording something.
the
probably
questions
not.
were
Like I would
did she
stop
throw
and
up?
edit that out.
Right.
Did she just talk allergic?
Get your prize
Okay. What happened? Okay, as the news of the devastation of the LA fires has kind of started to subside in the news, like as top headlines, obviously a lot of people still dealing with this. And Mandy Moore is in entertainment news today because of something that happened regarding an Amazon delivery to her property. But if you know what's happened to Mandy Moore, like what is the property? So there's outrage. I'll explain. Here's your weather for today.
Okay, so yeah, we're going to be waking up to rain and thunderstorms. It's expected to remain this way most of the day. You get a little bit of a break in the 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock hour, but by lunchtime, things are definitely going to pick up. It's going to be rain all day. Right now, 65 degrees and 6:09 on the Roula and Ryan Show. With Eric. Ah.
Celebrity Scoop, the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric on KRBE.
It is brought to you by Taqueria Sarandas. The Secret Sound game continues today from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. You have 5 chances to guess the secret sound. If you can guess the secret sound, you're going to win a whopping jackpot of how much now, Sam?
The price is $1,144.
That's crazy.
Nobody
it is
has
his first
guessed.
sound.
Crazy.
$1,144.
I mean, it's a toughie.
I've
All right.
seen people text and then
Have you seen the correct answer?
Yeah,
Yes.
but now,
Okay.
but you got to get.
Are we allowed
in.
to say that?
Yes, yes. because
We just can't say
Maybe
what it
text
is.
them back and tell
because
them.
nobody knows who we're referring to.
Right,
but
right.
The thing is, the first hurdle is you got to be caller 104.
That's the hardest part.
The second one is you got to know what the sound is, guess the correct sound. So people who know what it is, who have texted us what it is, they're not asking us if it is. They're like so emphatic that's what
Yeah.
it is.
Oh,
We've
yeah,
seen the
they-
text.
they are right.
Playing around.
They're trying to get in, but they could be like caller 52, and they're not making it to caller
If
104.
somebody gets through and they know it, then boom, that's theirs.
Boom.
Then we get a new sound effect.
$1,144. Oh, so it's 7 to 7, 5 chances. If you text 37530 and in the text field put the word secret, you're going to get access to see all the times we're going to play today, and you'll see all the wrong guesses listed underneath those
With
times.
that money, you could go on a week cruise, like on that Jubilee Carnival thing.
Really?
That'll cover you,
easily. You
like
can do
you
it.
and another person.
I know that because I booked a cruise for spring break. Anyone going on the Carnival Jubilee spring break? Look me up. I'll
And
be
you know what,
at the
Ryan?
bar.
You can, if you do an inside lower level room,
Even cheaper.
I believe
Oh,
you
so
can do
no ocean view.
right. I believe you can probably do it for $500 per person, maybe even less for an entire week.
Claustrophobia.
That's why I got the
Oh, no.
balcony.
You
I
say
can't.
that, Rula, but you're as a kid, especially a teenager or in your 20s, you're not in your room ever. You go there to sleep.
And when
I
you look
know,
out
but I
the
mean,
window,
I
you're
just-
looking at your phone the
I
whole
just feel
time.
claustrophobic even thinking about it. I don't know.
Nah.
Being inside the middle.
Once you've had the balcony,
Oh, you
or
can't
the-
go back.
yeah,
No, you can't.
can't
No,
go
you
back.
can't. No,
All
I've
right.
I've had balcony. Now I can never
It's like
go
first
back.
class. Someday I want to get that, and have first class all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Well, real quick, I want to also hit what happened yesterday that had us laughing because Becca Parker was doing a weather report. And, we said this a couple weeks ago. We've never met her in person.
No.
She sends us the traffic, but she does not work in-house. So we've never seen her.
I didn't even know what she
we
looks
just
like.
hear her. And Sam was playing the traffic. And a lot of times for us, as soon as we finish like what we're doing and we're going into traffic and then we're going into commercials, we have things going on behind the scenes. We don't always catch everything, but Sam has to catch everything. And she goes, what? Did Becca Parker just clear her throat? And we're like, what? And all these texts came in. Is Becca Parker okay? Did Becca Parker just throw up? Did she just have a loogie?
Parker
Did she
just
just pass
throw up?
out? And we had to hear it back. And what happened there?
It's on social media too. If you want to see our reaction,
Yes.
KRB social media, you can see it all. But here's what it is.
From the Bell Furniture, unbeatable prices, traffic desk, 610, 610 North Loop eastbound at Shepherd. There's a stalled car in the center lane.
How does she not know to take that
I
out?
just missed that on the
I don't know why
recording.
you didn't edit that.
Anyway, so that's
Well,
that.
she's busy. Remember,
Okay.
she's doing like a whole bunch of different traffic reports for people
That's
all
true.
over the nation.
Before I give you the big
forget
Post
by the end of
Malone
it.
story, I want to add to this. Let me throw this your way. Amazon is very busy. They have lots of deliveries every single day. Lots of trucks going all over America with tons of stuff people have ordered. Mandy Moore is in the news because she's pretty upset that Amazon delivered a package to the charred remains of the house her family used to have.
Come on, Am. You just kind
Come
of
on.
Like, why would you
Who's
leave
gonna
the
pull up to
package?
a burned lot and just throw the package
But
out
where are they
there?
supposed to take it though? I guess what's
Just hold it at the Amazon
Warehouse or something.
Yeah, put it in one of those
Hey.
little boxes that
especially
you see at
for that
the.
whole area. They're all.
I
gone.
don't know what the criteria is for being an Amazon driver. If they take some kind of common sense test or not.
Yeah, 'cause
Well,
nobody
Mandy
left.
Moore took a picture of the package sitting on the step of the charred remains that used to be their home. This is her in-laws' home, and she said,
Awful.
"Do better, Amazon. Can we not have better discretion than to leave a package at a residence that no longer exists?" And she put SMH. Amazon then released a statement saying that they reached out to Mandy so they can figure out exactly how did this happen. Well, you tell her.
Yeah.
Your driver
She's
just
not
left
the
it in
one
the
that
burned
messed
remains
up.
of a house.
And here's the thing.
And they
would-
also said they've been advising drivers to use discretion when delivering to damaged homes in California.
Yeah.
I roll. Okay.
And would they have made that statement if it just been like a regular person like us? Like she got a response because she's famous.
But what if there's the house is like 70% there? Like, what's the discretion there? Like, it has to have a door. I didn't see a photo of this
I mean, if
house.
you
I
The
don't know
house
if
is totally
Yeah.
gone.
If you
It's
can
just all
tell,
charred
it's
remains
just
except for a
rubble,
step.
then obviously, but I didn't know
It's
if
messed up.
if
see
there's
a
no
house.
structure standing and it's just ashes.
Well, actually, we can ask our own audience right now at 37530. After Harvey and all those neighborhoods were devastated and full of floodwater, did Amazon leave a package at your door that was full of floodwater and mold? Because the structure was still there. Somebody listening must have rolled up and said, "Oh, there's an Amazon package right next to all the
What's that?
carpet I had to cut
Probably.
Good
Probably.
point.
out." Yeah, I'm sure they did.
Oh, yeah, it did.
All right, last time Post Malone was in Houston was Christmas Eve because he was with Beyonce in the Christmas Day game with the Texans. He went to that rail yard bar over there off of San Felipe at the railroad tracks, and he left a $20,000 Christmas Eve tip for the bartender. Made national news. It was a big deal. Well, Post Malone was also in New Orleans for the Super Bowl, and he's done it again. He went to the Howlin' Wolf on Saturday. He spent $25 and he tipped the bartender $2,000 on $25. But when she tried to enter the $2,000 tip, it was flagged as fraudulent. Like they would only let her put $200 in
that.
there, and then it triggered the red flag in the system. But
So she didn't
Square
get it?
eventually got it, and they put it through the
They do that.
$2,000.
They do that with everybody's credit card. Like they do it based on percentages. Like at Christmas time, I wanted to bonus my hairdresser, and I gave her basically 100% tip, and they
wouldn't work.
froze the card, and they said, "This is suspicious activity. You have given a tip that's over 100%.
What? Mine
Please
didn't do that.
verify
Mine
if
never
this is
did that.
correct."
Well, that sounds odd because shouldn't be that
That was
high.
Capital One did that to me.
That's weird.
And I believe it's called a stylist these days.
You're a hairdresser.
Hairdresser.
My
hairdresser.
Anyway, Square did approve the $2,000 tip, and they say some sellers are subject to tip limits to protect them from the fraud and other bad activity like we were talking about. Her message to Post Malone was, "Thanks for coming to New Orleans, and next beer is on me." And Posty's going to be here on March 18th for the rodeo.
Posty is worth $30 million. I would think he's so successful to be worth even more than that.
He's got a.
But his current net
He's going to
worth-
release those albums, the Nirvana stuff he did.
Oh, he is.
During
the cover
co-
tunes?
Yeah, the cover tunes he did for Nirvana and stuff during
How
COVID.
long ago was that? Oh, during COVID.
Yeah, remember he did a whole show on Zoom or something.
When's he going to release that?
I just remember reading it, but I didn't see the date.
Like he
Remember when he
covered
talked
Alice
about
in
his
Chains and
Oreo
Nirvana.
combination?
I almost
Oh,
bought
yeah.
it. I almost bought it.
Yeah.
They were at Costco.
Yeah,
I went
that's
to Costco
Did you
yesterday,
get one?
Eric, and I was going to text you to see if you were there.
But I'm like, I can't commit to this box.
You should have brought that
committed.
box.
This
I
box.
Oh, you did?
committed.
Did you bring it?
No, I didn't bring it for
Oh.
you guys.
What? You didn't bring it in?
But I have it.
All right, bring them in.
So did you try them yet?
No, because I had a strawberry sundae at
Isn't
Costco,
it
so I
salted
couldn't, like,
caramel
there.
and shortbread hybrid
They
cream?
look so
right?
good. Yeah,
The
I'll-
box comes
Sounds
with
good.
You
I'll
get
bring it
regular
tomorrow.
Oreos,
Yes.
double stuff. You get double stuff,
double stuff
and post.
and that in Post Malone. I was like, Santi, you need these. So I gave them to Santiago and made him walk to the cart to give it to Dad,
Oh,
my
that's
husband. Mark's like, stop doing that. I was
I'm
like,
surprised he hasn't got on board with the cereal, like Post Toasties.
Posties.
Oh no, but I'm really excited about the Oreos. I'll try and bring them in tomorrow.
Yeah, let's
so we
do
can
that.
try them.
Also, Post Malone made news when he tipped a Pizza Hut manager in Utah $1,200 a few weeks ago, but I guess I missed that story.
Yeah, I didn't hear about that
$1,200
either.
for the Pizza Hut manager.
Better be careful there, Posty. I know
Yeah.
you're
You
riding
only
high
get-
right now,
You
but
only got 30 million, man. You're going to burn through that quick with all those tips.
you keep tipping everybody. Didn't
That's pretty
expect it.
nice. That's pretty nice. I don't know. In my waiting table days, I never had some massive, awesome story like that.
Nobody ever gave you a really big tip that
Nothing
made your
crazy.
day?
Nothing that was like, oh my God, they tipped me as much as the bill was. I mean, I really don't remember anything big like that. I do remember when the movie Evening Star was being filmed in Houston. That was the sequel to Terms of Endearment. Like Jack Nicholson was in town, Shirley MacLaine was in town, Juliette Lewis was in town. The cinematographer and the film directors of that film came to the restaurant to eat, and I waited on them, and they invited us to the wrap party. And then
that's
Scott,
cool.
what's his
That'd
name
be
from Party of Five? Now he's in a new show
Wolf?
about Doc. Scott Wolf, yeah, he was in it too.
Cyclops
And so-
from X-Men?
No, that's James Madison or whatever. Or
James
Marsden. No,
Okay, yeah.
Scott Wolf is from Party of Five, and
Oh,
now
yeah.
he's on some new show where the doctor lost her memory, and now she's trying to be a doctor again on ABC or NBC or
I
something.
keep seeing previews for that.
Yeah,
I don't want
I
a
haven't watched
doctor
it.
that doesn't remember being
Yeah, I
a
forget.
doctor.
Well,
Where
that's
does
the
this
thing.
nerve go?
She's fighting back to become a doctor again.
Yeah.
Halfway
Yeah.
through,
This is
No,
discount
She's
surgery?
not practicing.
No.
did I get 40% off?
She has a traumatic brain injury that made her forget how amazing of a doctor she was. So now she has to go re-educate herself again and try and become that doctor. I know he's in that. So we went to that party. We went to a party in River Oaks. That was one of the scenes. It had all these flowers and stuff. And they were like, well, let's not let this house go to waste. They invited us to 2 parties. So I didn't get a big tip, but I got 2 cool experiences from that.
Yeah,
that
that's really
service. And I think he liked my sister, and of course that's why they invited us. But my sister was like,
There's always a reason.
Yeah, the hot
this guy's like in his 50s, and my sister was like 20.
What? An older man looking at a younger woman?
From Hollywood?
I've never heard of that.
We were like, well,
That's why
okay.
she was 20.
Maybe we'll meet Scott Wolf. Let's go to the party. And the party was at some top of the roof place downtown. Not
Is it Scott Gertner's place or?
No, I have no idea what it was called because I was too young to care. I just was like, where's this party? Who's going to drive us? Let's go. We're going to see some celebrities. It was really dark, and Jack Nicholson did not show up. We were very disappointed that Jack Nicholson wasn't there. And Scott Wolf showed up for all of 2 minutes, and Juliette Lewis was doing this funny, weird dance. It was just like, I don't know. What am I
That's all you
doing?
remember?
Can you explain? It's like flapping
You're
wings
like,
or
They were
something.
trying to fly.
You look like
It's
a
like she was
bird.
like feeling the beat, but she was off the beat. She
She
would flap
seems
her
like
arms
a
bird.
an odd bird, you know?
She's a bird. Okay.
Yeah.
Coming up next, there's a listener line call that we need to tackle for our 6 o'clockers because there are a lot of parents, and whether you have a small baby right now or you've been there, you know how stressful it is when you have a newborn or an infant or any child under, let's say, 10 months. Everything is so hyper focused. 10 months, I'm not saying it's some magical number, but I feel like you get a little bit more relaxed when they get a little chubbier and they fall into their routine a little bit more. And you're like, oh, you're a little bundle of love. But those infant months, you are like high strung and you're like, oh, please sleep through the night. Please let me get some sleep. And then you're curious about how people are going to act around your baby. So we're going to give this mom some help regarding her mother-in-law. The mother-in-law. What happened? Find out next on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
From the Bell Furniture Unbeatable Prices Traffic Desk, I-45 North Freeway southbound at Airline. There is a accident in the carpool lane. There's a 40-minute backup from Shepherd. 610 North Loop westbound at Fulton Street. A crash is blocking 2 left lanes. 45 minutes.
I did call this week.
I
but
got
we
one
don't-
of his calls.
Yeah, we'll probably play it tomorrow or what is
Okay.
it tomorrow? Thursday?
He's the guy that says you're a know-it-all, know nothing,
Thursday.
really.
And he answers your question about what do truck drivers drive when they're on their own.
Right, because
time.
I said, you have this big rig for days and days and days, all that weight. What's your actual car when you get home, and do you want to drive
So we'll
when you get home?
Play it tomorrow so
that
you can get his
call.
Okay,
answer.
cool.
But we have so many listener lines.
We got to tackle
Ryan
this.
has got this one, and I'm like, I think this one might
You
take the
guys
whole
are
break.
bringing it.
Mother-in-law question, here we go.
Hey guys, I need to press the panic button. I had a baby 4 months ago now. He's the cutest thing ever. And my husband surprised me with a vacation just to relax and de-stress after this whole period. So my best friend agreed to take care of my baby. She's a mom. She has 2 kids. I trust her with my life and I trust her with my baby. But my mother-in-law is upset that I didn't call her to take care of the baby. Now, the thing with my mother-in-law is that she's a smoker, and I really don't feel comfortable with that. And I know that my mother-in-law has had issues with addiction, and I think that's why she's feeling insecure about that. I want my mother-in-law to feel like a part of our family because she is, and I want her to feel like a grandma, and I also want peace of mind.
All right, 713. No, I almost did that wrong. 833-390-KRBE. I don't know why the brain is so scrambled this morning.
You're like that doctor show where
I know.
you forgot how to be
I've got the amnesia.
you forgot how to be a DJ.
833-390-KRBE. I think that so many parents can relate to this. You know,
Okay.
you're so super protective of your newborn baby.
Well, the smoking thing, if she had said the mother-in-law smokes and she doesn't want the baby around the smoking environment, I feel like it's more awkward than she actually has more ammo. She knows the mother-in-law had addiction issues, and maybe she doesn't. You have every right to extend your opinion to your mother-in-law, whether directly or indirectly, about like, listen, it was just I'm too new of a mom. Blame it on yourself. I'm too new of a mom. I'm too frazzled. My hormones are crazy. I'm sorry. I just can't. I just
that's
I
my
just
mom.
need to have
you're
this.
totally entitled, though.
I'd be like, well, that's my mom, honey. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't want
no,
the
it's your
baby
mother-in-law, but that's my
smelling like
mom, and I just.
And my
we're gonna go on
mom
vacation?
raised, like, if we
Yeah,
would argue
I turned
this,
out okay.
you turned out okay, so why can't my mom watch
What?
our kid
Yeah.
if I turned out okay?
She's not saying her husband is protesting. She's just saying the mother-in-law has her
But I'm just
feelings.
thinking-
But imagine how your husband would feel.
Well, your husband, a lot of times for a lot of guys, you know,
That's
how
a
you guys
no-win scenario.
Like to give up, not give up. But you're like, oh, I'm just going to step aside and let her do what she needs. You know what I mean? He's probably. I mean, he's taking her on a little getaway so she can get some sleep. Probably. Hey, FYI, buddy, y'all going to get frisky. She's going to sleep.
Yeah.
You
How
a
do you
4-month-old.
How do you explain
She's
that?
going to sleep.
How would you explain that to your mother-in-law? Or your mom?
You smell like smoke.
That's why we chose someone else, Mom.
Yeah, say, you don't want the baby in the environment where the smoker lives. Her house must smell like cigarettes.
Well,
It
what
must.
if the mother-in-law is coming to your house to watch the baby because all this stuff's at the house?
Well, then
she's stinking up your house.
You have to wash all your clothes so it smells like Gain and not Marlboros.
Could you ask her just not to smoke?
It
while
doesn't
she's there?
matter, Sam. It gets.
They can't
it
You can
gets
ask
so,
her, but you're going to trust that?
It gets so like imprinted on your clothes, in your pores, everything. Like
Yeah,
I had
you
a
gotta-
family member. I mean, like, and even when this person does not smoke, you know when he comes in the door because you can smell that ashtray smell.
833-390-KRBE is our phone number. And also, let me tell you something from the husband's perspective y'all are talking about. If she is at all uncomfortable, like if he protests, like, why doesn't my mother-in-law watch the baby? She goes, do you want to go on this trip or not? Because if she is not comfortable and not
you wanna hang
relaxed
out
in
with
her
me?
brain to even leave this baby, she's not going to have a good time on this trip. She's not going to relax at all
No.
the whole time.
Yeah.
She's going to be on pins and
Yeah,
needles
back of your
about
mind.
what's happening with her baby. So if her best friend, she'd live and die for the best friend, and she's already set up the best friend's taking care of this 4-month-old. If you want to have a good time with your wife on this little quick getaway, you better let her have the best friend.
Can somebody call
Watch
right now
baby.
that has a mother-in-law or father-in-law that smokes? And how do you deal with that around your baby? Because that is, whenever I go to my best friend's house, my mom, as soon as I get home, she's like, go in the garage, take your clothes, put them in a hamper there, and come in the house, take a shower because his family smoked.
Oh, wow.
And it's just, every time I came
It
home,
is, the
and they're
clothes,
like,
yeah.
You can't
Eric,
get that smell away.
smells, go take a shower right away, get the clothes. They went and washed it. So that was every weekend, because we'd go, or every other weekend, we'd take turns at each other's house.
There's a picture of me at my dad's house where I'm laying on my back across my two aunts, and they have the ashtray sitting on my tummy.
Oh my God, stop. You have that picture?
Yes, I'm just like laying
you gotta
there,
find that. That's classic.
laying back.
Oh my God, Kevin.
Oh my god,
It's true. my
that is
tummy.
hilarious.
Was there a cigarette in the
How old
ashtray?
were you?
Both of them are each holding a cigarette.
How old are you in the picture?
Oh God, I must have been around one.
No,
like,
my God,
big
stop.
enough
You've
to
got your ashtray on a 1-year-old baby.
big enough to like not move around too much, just be content
you're
there.
not like
it was
Santi's
really
age,
funny.
like,
I
it's
got to
like
look
you
in
were
the
the-
album.
You were
Yeah.
the ashtray holder. You were the
Yeah.
table for the ashtray.
Yeah, they were sitting on the couch. You know, one of those flowery couches.
Yep.
Yeah.
I never thought I was old until I realized
funny.
we made ashtrays in school.
Oh yeah,
With clay.
Clay.
Yeah.
shop and art.
Ashtrays.
I'm like, I was
teachers
like
wouldn't let
third
us.
grade, second grade. I made an ashtray for my grandma.
That's funny. Like if
Nothing
it
wrong
had
with
like
that.
the dip to hold a cigarette,
Yeah,
they
those
would
little-
they would push it up. They wouldn't let us
What?
in my high school. Yeah, because people would use that for weed as well.
Oh, that's why.
And they make sure that it was like a bowl. You could only make a bowl, and if there was a little dip, they would have to like push
Push
it
it
up,
back
or
up
they
so
would
they-
give it to you after.
That's funny.
Yeah, but kids always did it in like metal shop. I remember like the dudes would like make a one hitter, like a little mini bong.
Real quick, let me read this text at 37530. This texter says, I've been through the same situation because my mother-in-law does smoke, and my husband had to man up. Oh, gosh, had to man up. And if he cares about the health of this baby, he needs to grow some stones and just tell his mother, that is why you can't watch the baby. Valerie is up on the phones at 833-390-KRBE. Hi, Valerie.
Hey, hello, good morning.
Morning.
Let me reset real quick for those just tuning in. We got a panic button call on the listener line from a mom of a 4-month-old. Her husband surprised her. They're going to go away for a little quick trip, and her best friend is lined up to watch the baby, but the mother-in-law is offended because the mother-in-law is a smoker, and why isn't the mother-in-law watching the baby? Also, she had addiction past issues. What's your comment?
So I don't have a mother-in-law that smokes, but my mother smokes. So with my two kids, they're 10 years apart, but I still have the same issue. She shower, clean, change clothes, everything. But my two kids still had childhood asthma. So she needs to talk to her husband, and they need to talk to the grandmother. Because no matter what you do, it's going to happen just for the fact she's a smoker.
And she's not going
Yeah.
to stop,
No, you're
right? I mean,
right.
you could talk to her. She's not going to just all, oh, yeah, I'll stop. She can't stop. It's going to take a while to stop.
See, if it was just for a few hours, that'd be one thing, but leaving the child alone for that long, because I had that family member, and I said, you've got to wash your hands. You reek of cigarette smoke.
Well, washing your hands ain't going to do nothing, honey.
But
it's on
I
the
still
arms, it's
smell
on
it.
the shoulder, it's
Yeah.
on the chest, it's
Yeah,
on
and
the
that's going to
clothes.
rub off on your baby.
Yeah, thank you so much, Valerie, for calling the show. And look, it's your mom.
Someone else made a good point. I don't even think your friend should be able to do that because 4-month baby, that's a lot of work for your friend.
Yeah,
It's
but
a
that's,
big
that's
ask.
one of those side comments, Eric, where it's like,
really
That's a big
hey,
ask.
I'm gonna
Maybe the hubby
eat
shouldn't have-
peanut butter today, and should I eat it with jelly or with honey? And somebody says, you know that what peanuts go through to get harvested for that peanut butter? You shouldn't eat peanut butter. It's like, that's not what we're talking about. Are we going to eat it with jelly or honey? I'm not talking about the peanuts.
I'm
We're
just
not
saying
talking
4
about
months.
her going away. We're talking about her.
I don't even think you should go on a
watching the
trip.
baby.
I was
4
not
months.
comfortable
Listen,
leaving
I
the
was
baby
not
at that
comfortable.
point.
Oh, I left as soon as I had Santiago to go to Mexico for Kev's wedding.
Thank you, love you. And he's over it now.
And Santiago was not scarred. He was fine. And it was a
But
nice
were
break
you
for me.
scarred? It's
Yeah,
not about him.
parents.
It's about you.
No, I think because
Hey, I mean, he'll be fine.
Yeah, he was with my mom and my dad. My mom and my dad came down. Yes, I think he was with both my parents, and so it was just a long weekend. It wasn't a whole week.
Oh, no,
a whole
you-
week would have been like, ooh,
Yeah.
for a long weekend. I was okay.
But if
I-
it was just a regular vacation, you wouldn't do it. That was
No.
Kevin's wedding.
No,
If it was just
Right.
like you,
If
hey,
y'all had planned to go to Mexico
Yeah.
after Santiago was born, you would have blown that trip off. But because it was a wedding, you're like, no, I'm going to
Yeah,
go.
Yeah, I don't mean to
different.
shame anybody.
yeah.
It's a personal choice. I'm just saying that me personally, I was too uncomfortable to leave at that point.
It's
It's a lot of work for other people. That's why.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's like I said, it's
Unless
personal
it's,
choice.
your mom.
Well, also, it's just your connection.
yeah, she raised
I was
3
not ready.
kids.
Yeah.
Jessica's up next. Hi, Jessica. Good morning.
We're live.
Is it okay?
Oh, hello. Is there a dragon on the line? Hi, Jessica. What is your comment about the mother-in-law who smokes not being in charge of the 4-month-old while the mom and the dad go away for a couple days?
In my opinion, I think the dad needs to step up to his mom and explain to her that this is not what's best for their child. You know, smoking is something that in the long run, it can have an effect on your child, and there can be more health problems that occur with that. You know, even if it is just temporary for a little while, that stuff, you know, it's bad and it adds up. And, you know, if the mom gets into it with the daughter-in-law, that's going to be a hot mess for the husband. So he needs to support his wife and tell his mom, like, this is what's best for our child.
Yep.
And you
Yeah.
need to understand that as a mother.
Yep.
I
so
agree
the
with
dad
you.
has to take the hit with his mom and explain why
You
the
got a
best
little-
friend is watching the baby, not
Little
her.
backbone, dude. You know, when that woman takes, you know, you both take your vows, that person is the most important person in your life, not your family's feelings.
Let's see. This
By the
texter
way, somebody
says...
oof said, "Oof, Eric, don't judge the mom for a vacation after having a baby and wanting a break." No, I'm all for having breaks. I'm just saying, know the people. It's your friend. Just be careful because that's a lot of work for a 4-month-old for your friend to watch your kid.
It's a big ask, like we said.
It's a really big ask.
But the friend could also say no if they didn't feel comfortable doing it.
This person
You hope.
says, say what you want, but the fact that she's leaving that 4-month-old while she vacations is wild.
See,
Nope, not for me. At least a year. Another person
year?
says, a year. That's a long time. This person says, my mom burned me and my sister when she was a smoker when we were kids. On the eyelid.
Oh, my God, an asphalt and the baby. Oh.
Can you imagine the mom has the baby on her hip and she's like smoking her Pall Malls and then puts the baby down
Like a
like
Christmas
a cigarette.
Vacation?
Yeah, like the ash is real long and you're
she
like
was trying to catch you
you're
with
like,
a spatula or something.
We've all
No,
been.
that's in 16 Candles, isn't it?
Well, 16 candles. That's
Do
what
you
it
know
was.
that
The
scene,
eggs.
Kev?
I know. I
Where
didn't
the
watch that.
grandmas
The
are
ash
in
is
the kitchen
dangling.
That's what
and
16
one is
candles.
smoking and the ash is so
Yeah.
long the other grandma's like following it around with a spatula.
got her hands
Is this
underneath
gonna fall
it.
into breakfast?
She's cooking the breakfast.
He's like, oh no.
That's what it was.
Okay, so go ahead.
We've all been in the car with an older relative when it's raining and the window is closed and they're smoking. You know, we can't put down the window.
I love when people that do smoke, they can't. They have to take their cigarette butt and throw it out the window. Like, no, you're the one polluting your own body. Just pollute your car.
Put it
Don't
in your
throw it out.
ashtray.
an ashtray.
No, I don't want my car to stink. You already stink.
So what do we learn
Killing a
here?
turtle now.
Yeah.
Instead of giving her advice on how to break it to the mother-in-law, everyone's like, don't go on vacation. The baby's too
I know
small.
everyone's talking about.
Ah, you just need to have your husband step up. That's
Yeah,
all.
your husband has to take this hit, not you, honey. You do what you want to do and make your husband be the bad guy. Let's go.
It's time for What's Going Down in H-Town on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
104.1 KRBE.
You know, everybody on the show loves a good kolache. We've had them in here many, many times. And
It's a colonoscopy for some reason.
I like those too.
okay.
You do feel good.
It's a different sensation, but kolaches arrived in Texas in the late 1800s and early 1900s as waves of Czech immigrants. They were fleeing economic hardship, and they settled in central Texas, like Fayetteville and Schulenburg. And this is a big article on Cron.com, like on the front page, about how
Are you going to
we
read us
got
the history of the
kolaches.
kolache? And not bring us any? I want a kolache now.
All right, I'll tell you what.
Here we go.
Here's the credit card. I will get you guys kolaches this morning.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Kolaches.
And there are two different types. So the traditional Czech kolache were the sweet pastries with fruit and cheese fillings, while Texas kolaches are heartier that include sausage, beef, cheese,
Okay,
sometimes
listen.
jalapeno.
Here's
And
breaking
eggs.
news,
Yep, eggs,
guys.
yeah.
Breaking news. When I was driving back
some
from
of that.
Austin to Houston, we stopped at a place that, we just got some gas, whatever. They had kolaches in there, like a homemade bakery. And there was a sign that says, pigs in blanket are not kolaches. Kolaches are the sweet stuff with apples and apricots
like those
and
too.
all
According
that.
to this,
Geez,
there are
this is-
two types.
It's a klobasniki.
Yeah.
Klobasniki.
Klobasniki.
Klobasniky. Klobasniki.
So that's
Made it
even more
better.
fun.
What we're talking about. If there's sausage and cheese in the dough, that's a klobasniki.
Klobasnik.
The
Well, the traditional-
kolache has the
I don't want-
cheese and the
I want the
apricot
cheese and the-
Yeah,
Yeah.
the original traditional kolache is the round thing with the little fruit in the
Fruit,
middle.
yes. I don't
want
That's
that.
a traditional
Danish.
kolache.
Klobasniki.
Right, such a Danish.
They just stole from the Danish
not
people.
Danish.
And here we go. Who wants to make a kolache run?
Yeah.
There
Which
you
ones are we
go.
doing?
Credit card.
Shipley's?
Yeah,
Shipley's
send the
has
guy
those.
that doesn't have a car in
All
the
right,
rain.
guys.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't have a car.
All right, I'm doing.
All right,
I'm
Kevin,
paying
your truck's
somebody-
going to take the hit now.
Kevin's truck. You driving.
Literally.
Klobasniki. That's what we have to get used to calling them. Klobasnikis.
Doesn't really
Go
flow.
get some Klobasnikis.
Sounds like you're telling me to
That
break off.
weird. Is that like a weird candy bar?
Klobasniki?
name? Klobasniki.
Like a Klondike or whatever.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Klobasniki.
What was their catchphrase? I do anything for a Klondike bar or
But
something.
I won't do that.
But I
No,
won't do
what
that.
would you do for a Klondike
What would you do for a
bar?
Klondike bar?
All right. What would Special K do for a laugh? What would Special K do for somebody to stay on the phone with him during a prank call? A lot.
Well, today I'm showing someone's house.
Oh, you're a real estate agent all of a
Oh,
sudden?
look at you. I'm from Timu Realty.
Oh.
Timu.
The discount real estate agent.
Don't let that probably happen.
I'm surprised it hasn't.
People that can't pass the test.
Oh, Lord. We're going to hear how this all plays out next on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
From the Bell Furniture, Unbeatable Prices Traffic Desk, 610 North Loop westbound at Fulton Street. It's a semi crash. There's 2 left lanes blocked. One